Hi, I'm Dave from boinaband.com, and welcome to Day 5 of the Boinaband 7-Day Song Tutorial on Dubstep. Yesterday, we finished off making the last few synth patches for the Dubstep track. Today, we'll be turning the loop we've made into a fully fledged Dubstep song, explaining a bit about Dubstep song structure conventions, and making a few more interesting beats. Okay, let's begin. So first, I'll explain a bit about dubstep structure conventions. The argument for having a conventional structure is that it makes it a lot easier for DJs to mix your tracks if they are in a similar layout to other dubstep tunes. It really depends whether you want your song to be a club banger or not. A song with a weird structure, tempo changes, or obscure timing signatures is much less likely to be played by a DJ. So now I'll quickly explain what those conventions are. Dubstep tunes tend to have an intro, a drop into the chorus, a verse or break, a drop into another chorus, and another verse or break into the outro. And so long as you have something that's relatively predictable though, it's still the kind of thing that can be played in a club. The lengths of those different sections are interchangeable, but be careful you don't make things tedious by repeating the same thing too much. Okay, I'm going to keep things simple in my track here, so I'll have 16 bars for each section for the sake of consistency, and I'll start by copying this 8-bar loop into a 16-bar loop, moving that to the chorus, and then making another 16-bar loop for the intro. Now I'm going to get rid of the hi-hats, the first drum loop, so it kind of progresses into this second drum loop here, and then hits into the chorus. I'll get rid of the blips and some of the crashes and stuff from the other hits section. I'll get rid of the lead line, and I'll get rid of the main wobble bass, and I'll take away the verse wobble bass from the chorus so it doesn't sound too messy. And this will be our intro, something along these lines. We'll make it more interesting later. Okay, I'll maybe have a drum fill into this section here, and then crash in with a different drum beat. Now, I'll change the drum beat we've got from the chorus into something a bit more defined, something more sparse. Now, because I've taken out the hi-hats, that's already done a lot, but I want to add in a few different sections as well. I'll get to work making this drum beat different. If we zoom in, make sure you're on triplets, because I've been using a lot of triplets throughout this whole song, and it's kind of a theme. That's cool. So something like that. Then maybe adding in another one near the end here. Okay, so I've got my new drum beat here. It's not too different, just has this extra little bit of flow to it, and I've added a kind of a break here to kind of loop it round nicely, because that kind of trips into it, which I think is a cool effect. And that'll be our nice intro there. Maybe add a few bits of high end. Okay, I've added in some simple ride and one hi-hat note there, just to bring it out a bit, make it a bit more full and rounded, but not too much. Just that ting, 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 adds a certain something, don't you think? Okay, so that's our intro pretty much sorted. I just want to get rid of a bit of the bass here, so if we zoom in there, and if I get it on quarter, actually maybe just take the whole bar there down. Yeah, don't really need that. Just take it down with the bar there, just 2 bars gone. And that will make the drop even more powerful, because there'll be less bass. Let's see how it sounds dropping into that. Yeah, that's sweet. A good chorus will generally be a phrase or a riff played about 2 to 4 times, depending on how long you want it. I've just looped my riff twice, so it's 2 8-bar phrases here. And now the verse, I've just used the drum beat from the intro, since I think it's pretty cool and sparse, which is a nice break after the more intense chorus. And I'll bring in a few notes of the chorus here, and I'll just take in. See how that's messy, but if I just take out the main riff, something like that, just adds a certain something, tie it in with the rest of the track. Cool. Then I'll have another chorus. And lead that into another verse. And I want to end on a high, so I'll chuck in another chorus there just before the outro. I'll just have a crash outro as well, just to make it very simple. And conveniently enough, the song is already in the right place for the ending. Thanks, Reason. So I'll just take a bass drum hit there. Just get rid of all the rest of that loop. And grab the crash from here. See, this is where naming conventions come in, because I can just open this up. See, there's the crash. And take it along instead of having to guess. So this should just crash out nicely. There we go. So there we have our dubstep song set up so it's structurally sound. Sweet! Tune in tomorrow when I'll be making some cool drops by automating the filter and pitch on the bass line, and also doing some more fun fills to add some variety to the track. Until then, have a play and see what song structure you want to go for. If you're aiming for a club banger, then check out some other club bangers and see what structures they have. If you don't know any club banger dubstep tunes, then get yourself along to a dubstep club night and see which tracks get people going. Otherwise, if you're going for some progressive, obscure dub, then feel free to go absolutely mad. I'd love to hear someone respond with a 7/4 dubstep song that had no structure whatsoever. But remember, most people won't be able to enjoy that kind of music, since they tend to want a certain amount of predictability so they can follow it. See you tomorrow! If you found this tutorial useful, help me out by rating this video or posting a comment so other people can find it. And don't forget to check out my website, boyinaband.com. Have a nice day!